According to Surah Al-Baqarah, Quran 2, verse 83, it says, "Worship none but Allah. Treat with kindness your parents and kindred and orphans and those in need. Speak fair to the people. Be steadfast in prayer and practice regular charity." Good morning and assalamu alaikum to our viewers. This is our second episode, and today I will be discussing Zakat and Ramadan, the act of giving to the needy. So my guest for this episode is Monso Olowoyo, an economist from the United Kingdom. Thank you very much for accepting to feature on the program, Monso.
Thank you, Bukola. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Before we dwell into the act of giving, we'll first share with us which of the pillars of Islam Ramadan falls into.
So it is all Muslims that are practicing Muslims. We all know that we have 5 pillars of Islam. So the fasting during the month of Ramadan specifically. So during this is the 4th pillar of Islam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded all Muslims to fast during the month of Ramadan. Now,
thank you very much, Monso. So I have another question here. I don't know if you can relate with that or you can expatiate more on it. So, who was the first human to fast Ramadan, and what was the reason behind it?
It was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Allah made it compulsory, to the ummah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that when it's during the month of Ramadan, so which is the 9th month of the lunar calendar, every Muslim fasts.
Exactly.
But fasting commenced from the Prophet Adam alayhi salam. When Nabi Adam alayhi salam, Allah created him. Allah put him into the Jannah and a wife. Allah gave them some rules for them not to transgress some things. وَإِذْ كُنَّا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وَإِذْ كُنَّا يا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة وكلوا منها حيث شئتما رغدا ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين. When Allah commanded Adam alayhi salam and a wife to go into the paradise, and Allah said, do whatever you like in the paradise, but this tree, you do not go near it. ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة. Whatever makes you to go, to move closer to the tree, you will be what you be put, among one of the hypocrites. So on the long run, Adam alayhi salam, as an human being, so Adam came closer to the tree, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expelled Adam from Jannah. So we're trying to seek the favor of Allah. We're trying to have the forgiveness of Allah. So what one of the things Adam alayhi salam did was to fast. He fasted 30 days. He fasted 30 days just to seek for the forgiveness of Allah. And after that, he now made one prayer as a request. As a good Muslim, it is very important for you to know this prayer. Oh Allah, we have so we have sinned against ourselves. That's it. So when you do dhulm, you are a sinner. We've sinned on ourselves. If you don't forgive us, and you decide not to bless us, then definitely we'll be among the losers. So Prophet Adam alayhi salam was the first person that fasted, and reason being for him to seek for the forgiveness of Allah, and for we to know that one of the things you can use for we to seek for Allah forgiveness is fasting. So, but when it has not been made compulsory as Ramadan, it was during the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you the believers, kutiba alaykum siyam. We've made fasting, we've made it compulsory on you. Fast. Kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum. So لعلكم تتقون, for you to be among those that will be pious. So that is the basis now.
Thank you very much, Monsieur. You've explained on the pillars of Islam, the first person, the fast, and the reason behind it. So, what are the things that terminate fasting? If you can elucidate more on that.
Alhamdulillah, fasting, to fast, you might think of, is it not for you to abstain away from eating and drinking, in between sunset and sunrise. No, in between sunrise and sunset, let me put it that way. But it goes beyond that. So al-imtinau and akl, it goes beyond that. So, but one of the things that nullifies or terminate or invalidate fast. So the first one is al-akl wa-shurb amadan, for someone to intentionally eat or drink. Intentionally. Intentionally. Please quote me, intentionally.
Intentionally.
Times, yes, intentionally you eat and you drink. You eat and you drink. So automatically
maybe the person is healthy and the person
yes,
intentionally eats in order to fast.
So thank you. So that for that very day, you have no fast anymore. You intentionally eat, you eat that very day. Then the second is but someone that hates, unknowingly or accidentally, maybe the person wasn't aware, the person had forgotten. So whoever that does that, that person is still having the fast. The only thing is that as you're eating, as you recollect that you're fasting, you stop that food at that moment, you wash your mouth, and your fast continues. So it is only that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give you food, But someone that did it intentionally, you have no fast. And the second is that so when someone intentionally vomited, you have no fast anymore. And all these things I'm explaining to you, I'll still say something on them because I think I'll need a bit of time here. Then the next one is al-aid, a female that the nature of the female while fasting, you have a visitor. It might even be maybe prior to maybe just few minutes to iftar of that very day. So automatically you fast for that very day. It has come. Then al-istimna, kind of intimacy in between husband and wife. Not really copulation, but maybe out of hugging or this thing, someone just kind of masturbation, or that you cannot control yourself to the extent of a man, you're not dropping, you're not having a wet this thing, a kind of wet you're not in the position of being wet. So that kind of thing, it invalidate fast. At the same time, and fast, if someone got involved in an accident or anything that has to do with excessive blood, that wouldn't make you to have strength anymore. So that thing automatically it invalidates fast. Then I read that, and Islam. Someone that said, "Oh, I should have anything I can eat. I won't fast today again." In fact, and the person now went out to get some things. He couldn't get maybe a puka or whatsoever, a buffet to eat, to buy something from. He now had to go back. Okay, let me continue. So far, I couldn't get where to eat. For that very day, the fast has gone. And that kind of person, even though the person has actually renounced Islam at that moment, because it is avid done Islam. I don't want to be so astaghfirullah, that is even quite different. But someone that said, I don't want to be a Muslim again, and the person is in a state of fast. Why? Why don't you want to be a Muslim again? I'm just tired of doing this and that. So they had to admonish the person, take it easy and so on and so forth. And I said, okay, no problem. Okay, I will continue with Islam. At that moment, that person wasn't having an intention of eating. Only that he doesn't want to be a Muslim anymore. So for you now to have that kind of intention, at that moment that you eat, and they're able to convince you back to Islam, and because of that, you said, okay, I'll continue to be a Muslim. So that kind of person at that moment, the person was out of Islam at that moment. So the fast automatically it has been validated. It nullifies the fast. So all these series of people I mentioned, what they will do is that after Ramadan, they'll come back with the fast. Do you get it? There are some that you don't need to bring back the fast. Do you get it? There are some you won't need to bring back the fast. So those one I think is another thing entirely. So and there are some that that someone needs to be very careful. But the only reason that will make someone to fast 2 months, because all these ones, you only come with the fast. Do you get it? Just one fast to replace or to make up for the missed one. But the only reason, most especially in Islam, that will make you to fast 2 months, consecutively, it is when there's husband and wife, cohabit together, copulate together during the month of Ramadan. Whoever that orchestrated that thing, that person will fast 2 months consecutively. So that is the will in Islam.
In a nutshell, every Muslim should be aware of the things they do, particularly during the day, in order not to break their fast accidentally. Thank you very much. That was very insightful. Let's talk about Zakat and Ramadan. So giving charity in Ramadan is more important than in other months due to the months being blessed. So what is the relativity of Zakat and fasting?
Yeah, thank you. When we said relativity, that they have some things in common,
Yes.
The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had the arrangement, indicated that why it is Zakat or some Ramadan. You get it? Because the thing is, some people, they might have money. They might not even have the strength to fast, maybe due to one or two reasons, health challenges and this thing. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had arranged everything, He knows. But you have no reason not to observe prayer. Either you have money or you don't have money. Either you're okay, you're not okay. There are ways you can pray. But Zakat, if you haven't attained the threshold, you cannot deduct. You still continue to sadaqah. When you now say relativity of Zakat and fasting. Yes. So the thing is, for we to, Muslims, Zakat, it is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us for we to deduct. And that is the third pillar of Islam. You get it? And Zakat is something timely. And it is something that is what? An annual exercise. That is something you deduct annually. And just 2.5% of whatever you have. After you might have deducted your liability, your debt, and some other things like that. So the basic asset you're having. So that is what you deduct your Zakat upon. And your investment, what you cost your investment as well. So you don't deduct 2.5% annually. So that kind of money is meant to be given to what? Someone. Most especially a relative that is closer to you that is still struggling out of life. So you use those kind of to assist them before going outside, before going to the mosque. But at times, you might have some people too. They might not be a relative. They might, they might be closer to you. But you see that these people are having a lot of challenges. So we use this Zakat to what? To assist them. For them to be what? For them to have a sound welfare in the society, for we to be safe. Let me put it that way. Because when someone that is beside you, the doctor is Zakat to the person, and the person is happy, you should be safe. The person beside you, when the person is not happy, you might even not be safe psychologically. So during the month of Ramadan, we used to enjoy the Muslim to deduct Zakat, because for them to have multiple rewards. You get it? And an act of charity. So as you are fasting, deducting your Zakat at the same time, look at the kind of reward you have. That is relativity. You have multiple reward compared to deduction when not during the month of Ramadan, because during the month of Ramadan, all your ibadats, your worships and other things, rituals, you have multiple rewards for them. So the relativity is just for you to seize the opportunity. So during the month of Ramadan, majority of people, they deduct their Zakat, not December, at the end of the year. No, they use Ramadan so that they'll be able to seize the blessings of that month. You get it? For them to tap more compared to other people, so they know how to what deduct their zakat during Ramadan. So, and for them to have the best of the month in terms of reward. So that's it.
Yes, I must agree with you, Monsieur. Zakat is one of powerful tools that can combat poverty, particularly in Nigeria. As you explained, it is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and this has been described as a veritable tool for deepening financial inclusion and achieving economic empowerment in Nigeria. I believe maybe we need to do more of it, particularly
Thank you.
for Muslims.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, as we round up the conversation, so what are your pieces of advice to our Muslim women about zakat deduction during Ramadan?
Well, I still want to retreat on what I said earlier, so that we seize the best of this incoming blessed month, approaching already. Utilize the best of our time. Then this zakat, I think one of the services so sad surrender is zakat. It's part of their services, So in which I will enjoy the Muslims, because we need to get something right. Someone has the knowledge does not mean the person knows how to execute the knowledge. Do you get it? So when you have a professional that knows how to do these things, it's better we engage them. We engage them. So for them to give us the best in terms of the deductibles, for we to know what are meant to be. Some things are not meant to be deducted. Some people, they'll still go on, they'll still take zakat on them. And some things are meant to are meant to be deducted. The zakat is on them, but some people might be ignorant of that as well. So the best advice is for we Muslims to enjoy, to take the best, to utilize the best of this incoming blessed month. Deduct our zakat. Know what the nisab. We used to have nisab of zakat. You get it? That nisab is what is the threshold, the kind of amount you have for you to be able to deduct zakat. If you haven't attained the threshold, you can't deduct it. So I will enjoin them to engage in professional service. As I am now, I might have the knowledge of Islamic finance in the Quran, like that. But when it comes to the professional knowledge of it, there might be some flaws. So far, I haven't been engaging myself on it professionally. But normal in our makanta, in sense of search of Islamic knowledge, I have the knowledge, but I'm not practicing. So that is why all these things, when you want to engage into them, venture into them, approach those that practice them. We have a lot of Islamic financial entities in the country running, but Trust Soto, which is one of the best. So people should approach and let their zakat should be zakatized, legally and professionally. And at the end of the day, they might even be having 1 or 2 shahada, okay, so person has deducted his zakat like that. It is not compulsory to have it, because this is not a country. This is not a Sharia country. It's not an Islamic country. In an Islamic country, they will even tell you, they will deduct it from your account, from the bank. I think it's part of the plan. Yes, direct deduction. But in Nigeria, we do pay our taxes. We deduct our taxes too. So you pay your tax. So, but that's zakat now. It should be in place of those taxes we are remitting to the government. But so far, we're in a secular country. But our own duty to Islam and Allah, that is what we are trying to fulfill in terms of zakat. So, what advice I'll give to generals is try to use the best of this month. Deduct your zakat, engage professional services for them to give you the best service, so that you won't be ignorant of what you've been deducting so far, and at the end of the day, you blame yourself.
Thank you, Monsieur. Ramadan is a big reminder to all of us that we should hold kindness, generosity, and compassion for others, especially those less fortunate than ourselves. Thank you very much, Monsieur, for enlightening us more about the act of giving to the less privileged and its reward from the Almighty. I pray that the Almighty accepts our prayers and blesses us abundantly. Thank you, Mosu.
Thank you for the interview, Kola. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Shukran. Thank you.
You have a
Assalamu
great
alaikum.
day.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.